Welcome everybody. Today I am shooting at the beautiful Cedar Creek Ranch in Waxhaw, North Carolina. It's a gorgeous wedding venue down here in the south, and I will be shooting exclusively with the Nikon Z6s, along with some beautiful Nikon glass. So get your drinks, get some popcorn, and follow along with me. Boom, and we're here at Cedar Creek Ranch down here in Waxhaw, North Carolina. Now you'll notice, dude, I'm still in the damn parking lot. Okay, just got out the Jeep, and I'm seeing these beautiful trees. Got that nice little golden sun as we're approaching golden hour, and didn't have to even take but like 3 steps before we done landed on a nice spot to start shooting. I always like doing shots like this when you have the couple backlit pretty strong with the sun, more specifically when it's close to golden hour, and let some of those golden tones kind of creep in on them. So that's what I'm setting up here before we've even really explored any of the property. So we're going to snag some of these little gems and then keep moving. Now, one thing I do want to tell y'all, and I would recommend, is that you build a rapport with your couples before you start shooting. So what you don't see here is that we met at a coffee shop, sat down, and got our friendship flow going. You hear me? So let's take a look at how we're shooting here and take a look at some of these shots. Now, as you can see here, I am shooting with the Nikon 85 1.8S. So this is their 85 prime for their Z bodies, and this thing is Zeiss-like to me. I know it's just a 1.8, but the quality and the way this thing renders is gorgeous. But this isn't a Nikon Z sales pitch kind of video here. I'm just letting you know what I'm shooting with here. I love getting the couples, like I said, right in front of the sun, because you can get some nice little light bursts. You can kind of get some silhouette action going when the golden sun kind of outlines their body, especially their hair. You can get some really creative shots when you're doing this. It can be difficult sometimes, depending on if while you're shooting it, the sun is full on in the frame. It can be hard to focus, so sometimes you have to strategically go to the side a bit, block out the sun, get your focus, and then just start creeping in. And I play with that quite a bit. I might block the sun out with one of their heads, get my focus, and slowly start to creep in to see if I can get some cool sunbeams and some flares coming in. I love the getting ready portion of the day.
Yeah.
It's just a fun time when the bride's hanging out with the bridesmaids and.
Yeah.
She would have the worst time.
Yeah. So as we're strolling around, we're just having a bit of fun wedding talk, a bit of shenanigans talk, and just really enjoying how beautiful Cedar Creek Ranch is. This is a gorgeous, like I mentioned before, it's a gorgeous wedding venue down here in the south. It's in Waxhaw, North Carolina. And as you'll see from watching this video, man, they have everything. Gorgeous fields, ponds, streams, so much nature, the barn. There's just so much. You can see all the possibilities of the kinds of great and amazing shots you could get shooting a wedding here. So you'll see more of that as we keep rocking along here. But just take note of that. What a beautiful place. So as you can see, we found ourselves a nice little shaded area. I got some trees in the background. Again, we got the sun behind them. For these shots, though, I'm not trying to get all these crazy bursts and things like that coming in. As you can see, the sun isn't as strong as it was for some of those earlier shots. It's gone down a bit, so it's pretty soft. The light is getting soft. So we're able to kind of shoot wide open all we want right now, because we're in full golden hour here. Also, you'll see I have my flash set up there with a mag sphere on it. And I do like to get a bit contrasty with some of my shots as well. So I get some natural light shots here, and then I'll go ahead and pop them with a bit of flash and see if we can get something a little more dynamic. Okay, so at this point, I got my light stand raised up. I got a Godox 8200. I don't even know what power it's on, but we're in golden hour, like I said, so it's probably on a fairly low power. And I went ahead and strapped it with a mag mod sphere, something to spread the light and diffuse it just a pinch. And I got it angled down just a bit, just towards them. because I'm not trying to blow up lighting all over the spot, just on them. My exposure in camera is a pinch dark, so I want it to be a bit moodier, maybe a bit more contrast, and I'm just trying to splash them with just some light. That way it'll separate them a good bit from the background and bring everybody's eyes to them. And so you'll see some of these shots here coming up with the flash, and I'll put one of the natural light shots right next to one of these flash shots, and you can kind of get an idea of the difference here. But this is all fun stuff that you can create on the fly. It's two different ways of shooting the exact same scene that give you two different looks, give your couple some more variety. So let me know what you think about that. Go ahead and hit me up in the comments. I mean, are you a natural light photographer, or do you mess with flash? Are you solely flash? Where y'all at with this? I like to dabble in both on all my shoots.
But the fact that she's so cute, it's like, when you're an attractive girl, your farts. I'm like, oh, it was kind of cute though. It was like, it was.
Oh, the things we talk about on shoots, man. As you can see, we moved on to kind of a different area of Cedar Creek Ranch property. I like this path. So you kind of have a darker path, maybe like a dark mulch where the outside is a lighter color, kind of maroon, fallen leaves, that kind of thing. So you get a strong kind of leading line sense dragging you straight to the couple. And what I wanted to do here was get them walking. I think it's always good to get couples walking. It might even be the best thing to start a shoot out with is have your couples walking towards you, maybe walking away. Get some movement into them so everything looks natural. And you can do a lot of things when they're walking, looking at each other, they're smiling, have them look down at their hands while they're holding hands. You can have them stop and roll into each other and cuddle up and stuff like that. So you can start out a good shoot with them walking and then just kind of roll into other things. So that's what we do here. Get them walking a bit, having some fun, and then I get them booed up here in a few minutes. So let's take a look. I mean, Jesus, I had to pop in. How many times did I just say walking? I mean, could I have said walking more?
You guys are going to kind of like form like a V.
All right, so we're still on this path, and right here I'm doing a pose I like to do a lot. I call it the V pose. Essentially, the couple get together, have their hips and their shoulders come together while they're holding hands, and they kind of form a V. And I like to have the girl kind of look back towards me. The guy can kind of do a few things. He can either kind of look off in the distance, a bit GQ, or if he wants to take the romance up up another notch, he can go ahead and hold a kiss on the side of her head. So that's what we're doing here, snagging a few of these shots. I love these shots. I try to get in a little tighter for these. One thing you'll notice also is that I switched my lenses starting on this path a few shots ago from the 85 1.8S to the Nikon 105 1.4G. So all the shots done on this path are done with that lens going forward and the few prior to this. So check these out.
So this time when she...
Now you'll notice we're still on the path here, but I've kind of taken some different angles here. I've popped off to the side, and I'm shooting between some of these tree branches and the leaves, or whatever kind of leaves these are. But I like doing that because I like to get some things in the foreground to cause a bit of blur. I feel like it makes the pictures more dynamic, and I just think they look better as a whole when you do stuff like that. Okay, at this point we have had an outfit change. My boo went ahead and put on a nice red dress. And we're heading over here. Cedar Creek Ranch has this nice pond in the background. In the back. And I wanted to get the couple on one side of this pond, and I'll be on the other. And shoot across, try to get the reflection in the water. I'm also exposing a bit dark here, and I'm lighting the couple again with my Godox AD200. Fitted with the Magmod sphere. So let's check this out. And right after I'm done here, I'm going to get a few shots of them in this nice open field.
When you kiss, girlfriend, have your nose closest to me. Okay, hold that.
So that looks nice. And here I only get that one shot. I didn't want to waste too much time. Like I said, I then get them in the field and get some shots here of them together. Started losing some light a bit. Like I said, it's deep golden hour right now. And I wanted to make sure we had time to get up by the barn and get some shots there. But I really love the way these turned out. The contrast between her red, his blue, and then the greens from the nature all around them. But then we head up to the barn. This is kind of cute.
Yeah, this is cute.
Very cabiny. But let's go, yeah, we'll go do those doors.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go do those doors. But yeah, I haven't gotten this low in ages.
I don't think I've ever gotten this.
I'm shocked that I actually was able to get my big ass through that. Okay, so go ahead and pick. Okay, so here we found a spot outside the barn at Cedar Creek Ranch, and we like these doors. Wanted to get them kind of just framed up. You'll notice I get a tighter shot, and then kind of scoot back and get myself a full body shot. Shorty had a beautiful dress with a slit, and she popped her leg out, so we wanted to make sure we took advantage and captured all that for her. Right here, I pulled off to the side, wanted to create kind of a more of a romantic, kind of intimate moment. So I had him not quite prom pose, but get behind her, hold some kisses on her shoulders, get them in tight with each other. And I think these turned out looking good. And from here, we wanted to, I wanted to get them in between these two doors, holding hands and get them walking again, try to get some more movement going on here. Now, before I get them moving, I liked how it looked with them just leaning up against the wall. So I had a few shots here where I have them looking at each other and smiling at each other. I like that framing a good bit. And after I get a few of these, I then started to have them walking and getting that free flowing movement going, getting them smiling, having them have a good time while we're walking and enjoying ourselves out here on the ranch. So these shots turned out great, and from here we then head out to the front where there's some nice lights hanging right out in front of the barn, and we get some great shots there. Now right here what I was trying to do was get them kind of centered underneath this gazebo awning, whatever you call this thing, and you got these nice lights in the background. So I was trying to get them bokeh out. You'll notice I got the flash off to the side with the mag sphere on it. Similar to what I did earlier with the backlight on the sun, though, I'm shooting this natty light first. See what that looks like, and then I'm going to make my exposure a little darker, turn the flash on, and pop them and separate them from the background a little bit. And it's just a bit more of a contrasty look. I kind of like that the best of the two. But both are great, both work. I'll put them here, and I want y'all to let me know which one y'all prefer. They're both different, but both fun and easy to do. So that's it right there. These are the last of the flash shots, and that kind of concludes our time here at the Cedar Creek Ranch. We had a blast. It's a gorgeous place. If you're a bride and you're in North Carolina, or even if you're not and you're looking for a beautiful venue, I think you'd be a fool not to check this place out. So till next time, man, check out my Insta feed, Instagram, Scott Stockton Photography, and leave me comments, leave me questions. Maybe tell me what you'd like to see a video on next. Peace.